All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm back here to give you an update on 2 weeks again. Sorry about that, but I want to bring you up to speed to start the new module next week. So I'm bringing you the update of the week 13 and 14 of my master degree in Entrepreneurship and Innovation. And we just wrapped up these two modules of entrepreneurial leadership and the business modeling course. And I'm going to talk to you about how we did the last activities, the last assignments, the tests, and let's jump to it. Hey there, my fellow entrepreneurs. So this is Thiago Mazel from BritzLink.com here. If you're new to this channel, in here we only talk about online business, how to create your business, and I also share my thoughts and my opinion on the course I'm taking right now, which is a master degree in Entrepreneurship and Innovation at Lund University in Sweden. So if you like any of those topics, consider subscribing to my channel. Hit the notification bell and you get notified whenever I post a new video, which is pretty much every week. All right, so let's jump into this update of week 13 and 14 of the master degree. So for the week 13, starting with the leadership module, we had another group assignment, which was a real life example of a study case to work on group dynamics. All right, so there's a company called Savage Beast, and it changed the name nowadays, but you can look, it is a real company. It was a real company, it switched names. And we were just analyzing how the team of the company was, the founding team, and how they evolved and the problems they got along the way. And we had to discuss about that and research theory about what happened to them. And what would you recommend them to do back then when the issues happen, right? So that was a pretty cool assignment to do. It's an assignment from the Harvard Business Review as well. So that was pretty nice. After that, we had a guest lecture with Christopher Heilman. He is the CEO and founder of Thread. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. It's a B2B retail company that works within the fashion industry. And he was basically sharing his experiences from getting investments to the company because he had several conflicts with the investors, and he was sharing that with us to get to know what type of investment you should look for, what would be good or bad for you. Of course, it's different for every situation, but he was sharing his example and his experiences with having an investor aboard, and he had like so many troubles, and he explained into very detailed what happened in the company when he got those investors in. He got it from venture capitalists, and he ran into several issues that he had to fix it afterwards. All right, so that was really nice to hear from that. As usual, I'm gonna leave the link for his company in the description, so if you want to go there and check it out, his company, what he does, it's pretty cool. So you can check it out, what type of people come and do like guest lectures in this course. All right, so link in the description, don't forget that. So moving on to the entrepreneurial project, we had to hand in the milestones that we had in the last week. In the week 12, we had an advisory board with the people that we assigned to the advisory board, some people from our class and the course program director. And they basically listened to our presentation, our business model canvas, and they gave us some milestones for us to pursue and try to get better and structure well our company for the future. So they set us those milestones, so we had to sleep over on them, think about it, do some brainstorming, write down the milestones and submit those. All right, so that was another assignment we had to deliver. For the business modeling course, so on the week 12, we chose like two main business typologies, as I told you guys from the week 12 video. And basically we had to choose those typologies to include them in our business model, or even to create a new business model by using them. And by doing that, we had to develop 2 new business models, one for each typology that we chose. All right. So my group, we decided to create one business model using a typology that was very much related to our initial business model. And we just added a few new things to improve this business model according to the typology that we chose. All right. And for the second typology, we decided to choose something that was out of the box, something that was very unusual in the industry we were working with, and to see the impact that this typology would create on developing a new business model. So that was a really interesting exercise to do. So we brainstormed a lot with my team to check which typologies to choose, and then we narrowed down to the ones that we wanted to pursue. And then we created a business model by using those typologies. If you don't remember what typologies were, I'll leave the link in the description here so you can check. There are 55 different typologies that you can choose from to use on your business model. They're basically ways for you to monetize or to improve your business. And that's pretty interesting. I'll also leave a link in the bio here for the book that we used for the business modeling course. That will help you if you don't know what's a business model canvas or anything related to that. All right, so you can definitely check it out. This book, that was the book that we were using in our course. So after we created this 2 business model canvas that we discussed using the typologies, we had to create assumptions that would attack 4 main points. That would be like feasibility of the business. So mainly talking about the assumptions that you choose the right infrastructure to execute your business model well. And then desirability, that is about the assumptions that we would actually create customer value. And then viability, that it's about financial assumptions that we would earn more money than we would spend actually. And the last point would be adaptability, which is the assumptions that we would choose the right business model within the context of external factors that would affect your company, like competition, technology change, or even regulation, right? I'm going to show you an image right now, which is from Strategizer. And in this image, you can see here the 3 blocks of feasibility, desirability, and viability. The last point there, the adaptability, was just added by our course director, because this was basically part of the Strategizer business model canvas, as you can see right there. And I'll also leave the link for the Strategizer website where you can check more stuff about business model canvas, all right? And if you're not familiar with the business model canvas, how it works, you can check the book that I left the description, the link in the description. And also, I was planning to release a blog post talking about business model canvas. I already have a blog post talking about value proposition. I can also leave a link here for that post, but I want to create one talking about business model canvas. And if you want me to create one blog post around that, just leave a comment down below, like please send me a blog post from business model canvas, and I'll do that as soon as I finish writing that article. All right. Okay, so after we created those assumptions that we were talking about, we decided ways to test those assumptions and to validate that in the market and see if that would work in the industry we're trying to get into. All right. I'm not going to share here because I'm not sharing my idea of my group yet. Only after we formalize the idea and move forward with, I'm going to share with you. But for now, I'm going to leave a link in the description here so you can check a pitch video which does exactly what we were doing in this task, right? So creating those assumptions and testing them and explaining how to validate those assumptions. So if you check that video, you'll see more or less how was our activity and how we did that. So that was it for the week 13. So moving to the week 14. back to the entrepreneurial leadership course. We started the week already with the take-home exam. So it was basically a 2 questions essay that we had 24 hours to answer. It was a really nice exam because just like the entrepreneurial marketing course, we got time to do the test. So instead of memorizing all the articles from this module and having to present it like orally, we had time to write it down and consultate those articles to make a nice work, all right? And even though it was like 24 hours to do it, it was kind of pushed because we took on average there, I would say 8 hours to perform this test. Myself, I think I took a little bit more than that because I wanted to make a great job. And since we had a lot of references, a lot of articles within that module, I wanted to use the most I could in these 2 essays that we performed. So it took time to make all the references and to connect the dots and make a nice essay. Finally, for the business modeling module, we didn't have like a test like the other module, but we had only the deliveries, all right? So there were only deliveries assignments like the one I told you from a real life case on the week 11 and 12, like the Dooney case, which is a company that partnered with the university so we could provide them some new ideas and insights for the innovation sector of the company. And we also had to make a presentation for our professors and mentors explaining the decision process for choosing the business typologies that we just mentioned, and how was the process of narrowing down to the business typology that we decided to create our business model canvas around. And we also had to present the assumptions that we created for that and how we tested those assumptions, right? So it will go just like the video I sent you, but it was in a short scale because we didn't have too much time to validate those assumptions, all right? So that was pretty much it. That brings you to 4th of December, which is today. So you guys are updated to what is going on in the course. And I did a 2-week again so I could bring you up to speed, because starting from next week, December 7th, we're going to start a new module, which will be the Entrepreneurial Finance module. And I'm really excited for that. I cannot wait to get started in the numbers. If you don't know me, I'm from a financial background. I used to work with financial planning, analysis, business valuation. So I'm really excited to go into this module and learn more about it. And I'll definitely share with you guys everything that we are going to learn there as I'm doing so far. Okay, so that was pretty much it. Sweden here, it's getting pretty dark really early now. So if you're coming to study in Sweden, that's something you should consider. I'm from Brazil, so in Brazil it's pretty much warm the entire year compared to here. But the main thing is not even the temperature here for me. It's the day. It finishes around 3:30, 4 o'clock. When it gets to 4:30 in the afternoon, it looks like already midnight. So it's just a few hours of daylight, and that's quite annoying for me, but you kind of get used to it with time. But I do miss the sun a lot. So if you want to learn more about the Swedish way of living and everything like that, just leave a comment down below. I can probably make a video around housing and prices that you can get here for housing, and maybe expenses with food and everything, living costs in general, so you can plan your trip and start studying in Sweden. All right, so just leave a comment down below if you want me to create a video around that, and I will. All right, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, just leave me a thumbs up like that, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I see you guys on my next video.